It's your boy Zay-P, Zay-P the I am. I am that I am, as you are that you are, for we are all that we are.
So,
Okay, so my Lyran guides are starting to come in here.
mm, mm. Everyone, feel free to post questions in the comments, and I will let Zay-P the I am know. Just like,
Beautiful. Mm.
guys, we're just gonna let you flow, Zay-P the I am. All who wants to come in and deliver messages, we are so open to receive at this time. Thank you so much for this moment of now. Would you be so kind to be open to discuss what it is as we can be as our own person, our own human, to be of service?
Mm.
What that
Yes.
means,
Yeah.
how that can be.
Yeah. So this comment, this statement, this thought, this train of thought is often misinterpreted to an extent.
Mm.
To the extent you do want to be of service, but it is misinterpreted to the extent that you believe being of service to yourself is not being of service to the all,
Mm.
and that you believe these two different things are strictly distinct. So, with that, when so many people are polarized and thinking that these two things are so distinct, you never bring them together and you never harmonize and unionize the fact that all is one. And if you align your own self with the self of the all, with the greatest interests of those around you, with compassion and a caring heart to consider your fellow man, then you have the opportunity for expansion with the collective and within yourself. So to serve is to serve the all. But the way you serve matters. And the counsel here is that you learn how to align serving the self with serving the all.
Mm.
What are your highest expectations? What are your highest thoughts and ambitions and curiosities for yourself?
Mm.
Ha, when you allow yourself the opportunity to explore and experiment and actually live your life with some conviction of expanding, of learning, of growing, of experiencing, well,
Mm.
then you align with the higher will. Then you align with all those around you. Then you start to be of service because now your light purifies. You become more of an example. And granted, in this world, in this economy, social media, and all of that, you get haters and trolls and online experiences of negativity.
Mm.
And but part of the process is learning how to purify and come through that. See, once you align yourself with the higher interest and the higher will of the grander self, then you come into balance. You come closer to your still point, which is the still point of the universe. And as you come into more balance in that still point, these things no longer affect you. Oh, the troll, oh, the hater. None of this matters. All that matters is that you are living and expressing your truth, your highest truth, not your petty truth. But
Mm.
when you are, and it is in alignment with the greater will, simply through compassion, simply through the understanding that when you are happy, when you're joyous, when you are doing what you love, you are being of service.
Mm.
But
Mm.
when you are self serving to your egoic interest, I need money, I need this, I need these little things, which you are guaranteed to get if you were to put your energies in another direction.
Mm.
It is never really a question of will you survive, but there's so much fear. This is part of your veil, the veil you create for yourselves. There's so much fear that is put in there, whether it's through your media, that you choose to believe that you have to be self-serving to the egoic interest.
Mm. Wow, that is beautiful. Ah.
Now, this does require that level of faith, right? This is that leap of faith that many talk about in your religious sectors. where it's a little bit of trusting God, right? Or trusting the divine plan, or even trusting fate, right?
Yes.
But this is also understanding that God, the divine plan, fate all plays out within you. And so it is all at your behest. Live your life to your highest expectations, and you will align with the greater good. You will be of service.
Mm. So it is really about loving ourselves.
It is all about loving yourselves and loving the all through the self.
Mm.
As you recognize that the all is part of you, it only makes sense to be at peace with the all, to come to a place of simple acceptance. So many get trapped up by this idea of love, particularly here, this personalization of it. And this idea of what does love mean, and I must have only one in this grand love, and love is only romance for many people. And many people completely bypass something like familial love or just general love.
Mm.
However, the grandest love, and this is just one interpretation, but one interpretation that is often missed on this planet, is acceptance.
Mm.
The grandest love is acceptance, because with acceptance, you can always forgive yourself because you know it is all you. You mess up, many of you have the tendencies to beat yourselves up, to dwell on it, to criticize yourself, to treat yourself harshly. Whether you learned that through your parents, whether you learned that through media or anything else, teachers, any other influences as you were growing up. These voices become internalized and you believe them to be your own, and you criticize yourself even when you become sovereign beings. When the truth is, if you came to a place of acceptance and started to allow and recognize when you made a mistake and allow and learn from it and move on, you would be much more better benefited.
Mm.
However, we tend to beat ourselves up and dwell on it, and it becomes a very toxic and traumatic experience. And so when we think of something like an idea of love, we come back to this just one expression and idea of the grandest universal love, simple
Mm.
acceptance. And you can
Amazing.
accept all around you, whether you agree with it or not. When you can accept it, you can have peace.
So therein lies the difference. We don't have to agree to accept.
Exactly. Why
Beautiful.
must you agree? You can simply accept and move on and continue your experience as you wish. You can be the light and be the contrary to the thing that you do not agree with, but you can accept it because that thing offers a frequency of vibration that is, unfortunately or not, an aspect of the all.
Everything's
Even the darkness that happens needs to be played out for that part of the all, that part of the divine, that part of God to work itself out.
mm, mm. Wow, that's just so beautiful. Love that. So, can you speak more of how, as humans, and we are connected to the earth, and how we can um, help in this time? You know,
Mhm.
we did speak of self care, but what are things that we can do to reconnect with the planet, with our beautiful Gaia?
Take care of her.
Mm.
That is the first thing. Take care of her. She takes care of you. She takes care of you all, and you do not even recognize it. Many of you disdain her without recognizing she is your true twin flame. There are
Mm.
so many concepts of the twin flame
Yeah.
that it is all between this individual, me, and this one, him and her. But you are a collective. You are one thing. And your twin flame is that thing that you reside on, that you have this intricate connection. Again, the infinity loop. You are living there, and she is living through you. You feed each other, you cycle through each other. And so, if you want to foster that relationship, take care of her. And you see what happens when you do not.
Yes.
This is why so many are looking to run off of the planet now. But there's an intimate relationship that needs and deserves to be cultivated. And in that relationship, the creation of life, the expression of the divine, is born, is experienced, is lived out.